Hello everyone, my name is Legend Ronnie and this game is Rise of Kingdoms. Today we have the unique privilege and showing you Charlemagne first off the bat. This is like the first review we can get on Charlemagne. So I managed to get some pictures from my anonymous friend and I'm going to present you Charlemagne. I'm going to show you all his skills and we're going to talk about him because I know deep inside that many of you are very curious about the end reward from the Lost Kingdom, which is this particular commander called Charlemagne. I do hope I'm pronouncing his name correct. If I'm not, I apologize. Right, so as much as I thought that he's gonna be an infantry commander, so deep down inside me he was an infantry commander. Apparently he's a leadership, conquering and skill. Well, we already have similar commander and that would be Frederick and Osman. They both have leadership, conquering and skill. Well, that is very interesting. We have so many conquering commanders, but not many of them are actually very useful in the end game. Right, so let's get through it. Let's start with his skill. I think that would be probably like the first thing we should actually start with. That's very true. Let me go ahead and let's pop his first skill. Alright, so here it is. This is his first skill. Eagle of Jupiter. Sounds very interesting. Rage requirements 1000. Normal as any other commander or legendary commander except Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan is like the first ever commander that has less than 1000 rage requirements for his main skill to be activated. So deals direct damage to a single target 600 up to 1400. Blunt, that's it, nothing else. Simple damage, simple hit, no other effect. First thing first, the direct damage factor is normal for a legendary commander. So there's nothing too high, there's nothing too low. We do have legendaries with less, like El Cid, which only does 1000, but the rest of the effect and his skills, that's another story. Right, so 1400 damage factor is normal damage factor for a legendary commander. Very high, interesting, but nothing else. Let's see what his other skills have prepared for us. Since he has a skill, as I said, 1400 damage factor, that sounds very alright. Let's see his other skills. Let's go with the second. Okay, so the second is a passive skill. Happy home. Well, who doesn't want a happy home, right? While on the map, all troops under your command have a 10% chance to gain a shield when they are attacked. So this is a 10% chance when you are attacked. It doesn't say per attacker. So honestly, I think you only do have a 10% chance per attack. So it doesn't matter how many people attack you. If you check the testudo formation from the defense pad from Charles and Richard, I think it mentions there clearly per attacker. That's the reason why I like it so much. Infantry usually gets swarmed, and people didn't like the idea, because why do you always go with the testudo formation? Why don't you go with more healing? Why the testudo formation, this and that? That was the main reason, because it mentions there per attacker. That means when your infantry is getting swarmed, you pretty much have the testudo formation all the time, which is 50% less damage. Not something you want to give away. So it says this guy that has 10% chance to gain a shield when they are attacked. So it doesn't say per attacker. Maybe it works per attacker, maybe not. Maybe it's just a description or a translation problem. But the way it says right now is just per attack. So the chances to gain this shield might not be as high as we expected. This shield lasts for 4 seconds and can take large amount of damage. Damage factor 500 to 1000. So I'm gonna stop them right there, and I do hope they're not gonna put that ever again in description. Large amount of damage. This not large amount of damage. We all seen Charles in action. The next commander with a shield is gonna be Alexander, and that's a very interesting combination. And now we have Charlemagne, so this is going to be the third commander that can actually pop a shield in the battle that absorbs damage. That is pretty dope, if you wanna ask me. I did not expect that, like a third commander that can actually have a shield absorption skill. Now, as I mentioned, we all have Charles, which can absorb up to 1200, not 1000, and that's always getting lost in the first turn. So that shield only lasts for the first turn on Charles Martel. We have already seen that, we have noticed, everyone has noticed that. You can check the battle log, it even says the absorption damage and it shows only how much it absorbs. So it usually lasts one turn. If you go against barbarians, I think it lasts 2 turns. I think barbarians don't deal enough damage, and barbarians you can actually absorb 1 turn, and then you lose it in the second. So yeah, it's not something crazy about this skill. It's alright. It's some kind of defensive system or defensive mechanism, because it does absorb damage, so you don't get no severely wounded, I presume. So pretty alright, but I wouldn't say that it's anything crazy about him, about this particular skill. So it sounds alright, you know, when you see it, 1000 damage factor shield and all that, but yeah. Also, I think it might also depend on your chances, like how often this 10% chances it goes in, because if you're very lucky with it and it keeps going in, like YSG, Rage Restoration on his second skill, that one goes in pretty often for the 10%. Yeah, that might be a very significant or a very good skill. It might even be better than Charles or Alexander, which they have active abilities, not passive abilities. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. As I said, as a first impression, this is like the first review, guys. So this is the first review. I'm gonna finalize it at the end of the video. So let's go ahead, let's read his third skill. His third skill: when this commander initiates a rally attack, increase the attack and defense of all rallied troops by 2% up to 10%. Okay, that's very interesting. So you get 10% attack and defense of rallied troops. With this particular skill, I would say already that Charlemagne is a very good second in command. I do not think that he will actually make a very good pair as a main commander. A second in command, I think he definitely fits very well with almost any type of other nuker, and you will see why I'm gonna say that when I'm gonna get to that point. Right, so 10% attack and defense to any troops. So for example, if you want to do I'm just giving a random example, you want to do a full archer rally, right? You obviously want to have an archer commander leading, let's say YSG, or I would say Herman, but nobody launches rally with epics except me. So definitely you're obviously gonna put someone like YSG. When you put this guy as a second in command, you're gonna have 10% attack and 10% defense on your archers, which is pretty significant. And it's very nice. In the same time, you have a powerful nuke, you have also a shield to protect you, so everything sounds alright. It's just that this skill is only when you launch a rally. Now the good part is, it mentions there when you initiate a rally, so it doesn't mention about attacking cities. You know, like we have commanders or conquering commanders already that are city specific, or their skills are city specific. It mentions there only when attacking other governor cities. So this one will work anytime when you launch a rally. You want to do a bar fort, you want to do the ziggurat, you want to do the circle, you want to do a gate. whichever rally you can send with this commander. You want to attack a gate defended by players, you want to attack a flag defended by players, you will gain the 10% attack and defense. So far, so good. Now, let's go to his expertise, and then we're going to leave the cherry on top of the cake on the last, because there's going to be quite a lot to discuss about his fourth skill, which is supposed to be the next one. But I'm going to show you guys his expertise, and then I'm going to show you his fourth skill. And we're going to talk about that one quite a lot. Right, yo. Now, his expertise. I was not hyped at all. I was not hyped at all about an expertise like this. Nope. No, sir. Not on my books. Not now. Not never. Not in 100 times. But, you know, let's just not go that far. Because in the end, he's a new commander. So new skill, passive skill, when attacking a city, so it specifies, like I mentioned, when attacking a city, 10% fewer of your troops will die and instead will be severely wounded. So you all know when you attack cities, other governor cities, you get 100% dead, instant dead. So it doesn't matter what you do, you get dead troops. When you attack someone's governor city, nothing goes to the hospital unless you have specific skill or talent that would give you severely wounded. Because the conquering path, if you max the conquering path at the end, you can get another 10% of your dead troops to severely wounded. With this particular expertise, you can go up to 20% when you attack over other governor cities, which is pretty significant, having 20% less dead than usual. But then again, it comes the question, when you attack something, do you actually attack to have less costs or to have less dead troops, or you're actually attacking something to conquer it, to destroy it, to do as much damage as possible? Because that's why you're the attacker, right? You want to bring the pain, you want to make them suffer, you want to make them feel. You don't want to just attack. Alright, just attack. Well, we use Charlemagne. Why? Well, who wants so many dead? If you go with like that, then you're not attacking to win. That's the first thing. The second thing, how often do you actually attack a governor city? I mean, in Lost Kingdom, there are few, it's true, but most of the people that get zero, they are free to play, who log in once a day and then they just log off and they don't care about the shields. They get zeroed. Rarely, there is a whale getting zeroed. Many of them, they got on camera. So, but that's very, very rarely. And this is a legendary commander, which you need to spend about 690 sculptures. So just to bring it up, this is about the amount of sculptures you have to spend to max out a legendary commander. Not to mention the stars that you need to max out a legendary commander. So again, when you want to do an investment in a legendary commander, you want to have like the full benefit of the legendary commander, right? Or at least that would sound right. So I would say that this expertise is kind of one of the worst expertise I have seen in the game right now. You might be saying, yeah bro, but how about those couple of hour rallies when there's millions of dead troops? You can actually have a couple of 100,000 less dead. Very good point. But those are flags and passes. So if this one works on flags and passes or any other objectives that can give you dead troops, that means the skill is broken and is not working as it's supposed to, because it's specified there when attacking a city, right? So if it actually works, then happy days for us. You know, just don't tell anyone. If it works on passes and flags, just keep it for yourself and don't share it, because they will fix it. But if it's only cities, this is the worst expertise that I have ever seen. Right. Now, as I said, the cherry on top of the cake. His fourth skill. Coming right up. Very big, a lot to dig in, many numbers, I'm lost. But let's break it down. Passive skill, and it doesn't even show his name. Well, it doesn't matter, we have the details. Let me see, it's just me chopping down? No, it's passive skills. It's not me, it's just, this is how the picture is. For each 10% Charlemagne's troops count decreases, skill damage increases by 1%. 2% when attacking cities. So it increases when you attack cities. And then we have the upgrade preview, which is further down. It goes from 1%, if you manage to get the skills to 5, it goes to 5% every 10%. And when you attack cities, it goes up to 7% for every 10%. Now there is a dot. So that means that this is the first part of the skill. So this is the first benefit of the skill. At every 10%. Right. That is very, very significant. That is very, very significant. Now we have the second part of the skill. When his troops count is less than 70% skill, skill damage is increased to a maximum of 3% and 6% when attacking cities. So this is the first of the skill. It goes up to 15% like any time, and it goes up to 21% when you attack other cities. So this is just extra on top of the first one. So this has nothing to do with the bonuses from the first one. So basically, when your troops get to 70%, you get 15% from the first one, and you get 15% from the second one. That is if you're not attacking governor cities, which is 30%. If you are attacking cities, you have 21% plus 21%. That's 42% skill damage increase when your troops are at 70%. Now you might be saying, well, why does it matter? Because when my troops are 50%, the damage is low, so it pretty much doesn't matter. Hold on right there. There's something you probably haven't noticed, or I'm not sure if they still fixed it. It's LCD. This is why this is the cherry on top of the cake. Commanders like LCD. If you check the 4th skill of your LCD, I'm gonna add it in this video, alright? So let's go to LCD, because we are talking about him. And just so you know, he's not in the not yet recruited, this commander, because I would have showed you if he was already here. So the 4th skill of LCD. When LCD army has been reduced to less than 50% of his units, increases damage of all troops by 25% and march speed. Well, the march speed, it doesn't matter so much, but the damage bonus is 25% of all troops. So it doesn't matter which troops he has in the army, even though he's an archer commander, increases the damage of all troops by up to 25%. Now, if you didn't know how his skills work and why he's so powerful in rallies or in defending, you're noticing that when someone rally, even though the rally is full, the health bar from white is going to yellow and at some point is going to red. Well, that is the main rally leader's army, even though the rally is filled up. So this skill is going in effect by the main rally or the main defender health bar. So if his health bar it goes to 50% or under, this 4th skill is going in effect even though you have a full garrison or you have a full rally. And that's why LCD with YSG, they have become so tremendously powerful in the rallies during the Lost Kingdom. That is the main reason. Now that is out of the way, we are bringing this bad boy. Okay, cherry on top of the cake. They're probably gonna rework on it, or they're probably gonna fix this problem after this video, and I do hope, because otherwise he's gonna be the most OP commander in the game. So every 10%, now imagine that at some point the rally leader army or the garrison army that is defending can go up to 20%, 10%, let's just say 20%. That's 80% troops lost on the rally leader, even though the garrison is full. That's quite a lot. If it's 80%, that's 8 times. That's 40% skill damage, plus another 15%. That goes up to 55 skill damage, and that's not when you're attacking someone else's city, right? That's not when you attack someone else's city. That is when you are defending. So it goes in effect only the first line and the third line, because you get the 15% guarantee when it goes at 70%, and then every 10%. So if it's at 20%, that's about 40, so 55. Now imagine 55% more skill damage in a full garrison. That's gonna be tremendously insane, as this guy as a second in command. You have the shield, you have the skill damage, and you have damage. So you put someone as a main commander, like, I don't know, maybe YSG. Can be YSG. Or you could put someone like Santu. Santu can work as well. There's nothing wrong with him. There's various of combination. My point is that his 4 skill is gonna be really OP. When you attack cities, he's so designed for cities that is unreal. So obviously he's gonna do much better against cities. But what I'm trying to say, that he's gonna be an exceptional rally commander and very possible, very powerful defense commander because of his 4th skill. So yes, but first would be rally because of his 3rd skill. So that would be like his main utility. In rallies, I'm telling you guys, in rallies he's gonna be a very powerful commander because of his 4th skill. I'm not sure if they are planning to change or if they have already done the math about the amount of skill damage that he's doing. They probably done it. So even when the troops go to 10%, the amount of skill damage, it goes up to 60%, which personally, if you wanna ask me, that's a ridiculously large amount of percentage. When you attack a city, if the rally goes that low, you're doing wrong. Then you should disband it by then, otherwise you're gonna have so many dead troops. But then you have his expertise, which can come in effect when you attack cities. It's very complicated. I would say that he will be a key if you want to take down super big wells. Yep. So if you want to take down like super strong players with rallies, I have a very strong feeling that this commander might be a key for that, because of the amount of skill damage he will be able to bring. Anyway, that's pretty much I want to say about Charlemagne. As I said, this is like a first review about him as a commander, and this is why I wanted to stop on his 4th skill, because his 4th skill will definitely gonna have a significant amount of change in how rallies and defenses will work in Rise of Kingdoms. Right. I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is Charlemagne. These are his 4th skill. This is my first review about the commander. Obviously, I will be able to summon him in about 2 weeks or less. Once I upgrade him, you know, we can further enjoy it. Like I said many times about many of the commanders, first you need to get a commander to level 60, then you can actually do like the best review about a commander. Once you have him at max talents, max skills, you know, you test him in the battle, you test him on the field, then you can actually tell what a commander can do. So until then, stay tuned my friends for more. This is your boy Legend Ronnie signing out. Peace out yo, and take care.